Hello students, today we are going to start the new topic, that is equations of motion. Okay, in our previous videos we have discussed all the basics of motion. We have studied all the graphs related to motion for uniform motion as well as non-uniform motion, and we have discussed the graph of uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, so now today we are going to start the equations of motion. So what is this equations of motion? Since we have studied different terms regarding motion, we have studied about displacement, then we have studied about velocity, then we have studied about acceleration. We have studied all these three terms, and all these three terms, their relation with time. These all the three terms, displacement versus time graph, velocity versus time graph, and acceleration versus time graph, we have already discussed. So now what are equations of motion? Equations of motion are such equations in which there is some relation between these particular terms. Relation between displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. So first, what are these equations? I am just writing these equation and then we will do the proof of that equation. And why are we deriving these equation? What is the main motive behind these equation? These equations will be used in finding out some other variables. If you have given, suppose, displacement and velocity and time, and you have to find acceleration, or you may be given displacement, acceleration, time, you have to find velocity. So whenever you have to find any of the term in between all these four terms, then we will use equations of motion. Okay, so that is the basic need of equations of motion. So there are basically three equations of motion. So first I am writing the equation of motion, then we will do the proof of these equations of motion. So the first equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. Okay, first write the equation. I will explain what are these terms and then we will derive these equation. Then the second equation of motion is S is equal to ut plus half at square. And third equation of motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2as. So these are the three equations of motion, and these equations of motion are for uniformly accelerated motion. These equations are for uniformly accelerated motion. They are for uniformly accelerated motion in a straight line. These equations of motion are applicable for only straight line motion. Whenever a particle travels in a straight line, then these equations will be applicable. Now what are these terms? First let us understand what are these terms, then we will derive the equations. Okay, so there are some terms, U, V, A, T and S. There are 5 terms in these three equations. So first, what is U? This U means initial velocity. U means initial velocity of an object. And what is initial velocity? The velocity with which any object starts its motion. Then what is V? V is final velocity. V is final velocity. Then A is acceleration. A is acceleration. Then S is displacement. And then T is time. Okay, so there are 5 variables: U, V, A, S and T. U is initial velocity, V is final velocity, A is acceleration, S is displacement and T is time. Okay, so these three equations depends on these 5 variables, and there are some relations between all these variables. Okay, so what is the need of these equation of motion? Whenever we have given any 3 of these term or any 4 of these term, and we have to find 4th or 5th term, then we can find by using these equations of motion. It will depend which equation of motion we will use. Okay, so from where these equations come into existence, let us start the derivation of these equation. First note down these equation and these particular terms, so that you will be able to understand what are these terms. Then after that we are going to start the derivation. Note down. So now we are going to start the derivation of these equations of motion. So we are going to start derivation of equation of motion. And the method which we apply, the method is graphical method. We are going to prove these equations by graphical method. There is one more method that is mathematical method, which you will study in your class 11th and 12th. So here at this level, you will study only graphical method for 9th level. So let us start. First, I am drawing a graph of uniformly accelerated motion. This is time and this is velocity. So I am drawing a velocity time graph for a particle performing uniformly accelerated motion. So as we have already discussed all the types of graph, so here we are considering, let a particle start at t is equal to 0 with initial velocity u, okay, and with uniform acceleration of a. So let a particle start at t is equal to 0 with initial velocity u and with uniform acceleration a. So what will be its velocity time graph? Initial velocity is u. So how will you draw the velocity time graph? We have already discussed the velocity time graph of uniformly accelerated motion. This graph looks like in this way. It is a straight line and starting from some velocity u. This is a straight line. Now this is our initial velocity u. This point is initial velocity u, because this is the axis of velocity and this is axis of time. So this is t is equal to 0. Okay, this is our origin. So at this instant time is 0, but the velocity is having some value. Just I have taken an example earlier also. Suppose you are seeing the motion of an object or a bike. Suppose you are standing outside your home and a bike moves in front of you. So the instant you see that bike, that time is t is equal to 0 and the bike is moving with some velocity at that instant. Suppose the velocity was 20 meters per second when you see him, and after moving some distance he accelerates his bike and its velocity increases. So between the time interval you are seeing the motion of that bike, then the graph of that motion will be like this. It will be a straight line if the acceleration of that bike is constant. So it is a constant acceleration and velocity is increasing. So at t is equal to 0, its velocity is u, and let after time t, its velocity is v. Okay, so after time t the velocity is v. So let us consider this time. This is time axis and this is, I am taking this time as t. This is t is equal to 0 and this is t is equal to t, means the distance between these two time intervals, or we can say the time interval is t. T minus 0, that will be t. So the time taken during the motion is small t, and after this time interval the velocity increases up to this point. And suppose the velocity at this point is, now consider this velocity as v. This is our velocity axis. So I am writing here velocity and here it is time. Velocity axis and time axis. This is our initial velocity. The velocity at t is equal to 0 is called initial velocity, and velocity after some time, or the final after the time interval completes, that is after time t, it is final velocity v. Okay, so all these things we have to write during the derivation. Particle start at t is equal to 0 with initial velocity u, and after time t its velocity is v, and the acceleration is uniform, which is equal to a. Now, as we have discussed in our previous videos also, whenever we have given velocity time graph and we have to find acceleration, then what we have to calculate? From velocity time graph, if you want to calculate acceleration, then we have to find the slope. And from velocity time graph, if we have to find the displacement, then we have to find the area of that graph. These two things I have discussed in my previous videos also. So now I am going to start. Now let us consider this point of initial velocity as A. This point as A, this point as B, and let us draw a perpendicular from A, and let this point be D. So I am drawing a perpendicular. This is perpendicular. Let us consider this point as C. So now a triangle ABC is formed. Okay. Now if you calculate the value of BC, so what will be the value of BC? How will you calculate BC? BC can be written as total distance BD minus CD. So first I am finding BC. BC is equal to, now in the graph, you will write in the graph, what is BC? BC is equal to BD minus CD. You can write it. So what is BD? BD is the distance between this axis and this point, and the total distance is, this total distance is V, because this point is V. So we can write here V. Okay, minus CD. What is CD? CD means this is U, this distance is U, so CD will also be U. This CD distance is equal to U. So we can write here U. It means BC is equal to V minus U. Okay. And what is AC? This is distance AC. And what is distance AC? It is equal to time. This is T. So we can write AC is equal to T. Okay. So we have find this distance BC and distance AC in right angle triangle ABC, and angle C is 90 degree. Okay. Now in the triangle ABC, if we find the slope of this line AB, because we have to find the slope of velocity versus time, and we know that the velocity time graph gives us the acceleration. So if we find the slope of this graph, then we can find the acceleration. So let us find in triangle ABC. We know that slope of velocity time graph is equal to acceleration. We know that slope of velocity time graph is equal to acceleration. And what is the formula of slope? If we consider this angle as theta, then what will be the slope? We know that slope is given by tan theta. Slope is equal to tan theta. And what is tan theta? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. So what is perpendicular? BC upon base is AC. What is the value of BC? BC is equal to V minus U upon AC is equal to T. And this slope is equal to acceleration. And what is the acceleration? We have taken acceleration as A, so we can write it equals to A. It means we get an equation V minus U upon T is equal to A. Now if we cross multiply, so we will get V minus U is equal to AT. Or if you take this U to the right hand side, then we will get an equation V is equal to U plus AT. V is equal to U plus AT, and this is our first equation of motion. This is first equation of motion, which I have told earlier in the starting of the video. This was our first equation of motion. So this equation comes out in this way. Okay, it is very simple. Basically, you have to draw the velocity time graph. Here U is initial velocity, V is final velocity. Velocity at t is equal to 0, or the instant at which you start seeing the motion, that velocity is known as initial velocity, and the velocity after some time, or the completion of the time interval is called final velocity. A is acceleration and T is time. Okay, so we have derived the first equation of motion. So first note it down. Now coming to the second equation of motion, the graph is same, all the things are same. We have to derive second equation of motion. So we are going to derive second equation. What is second equation? It is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, this is our second equation of motion. So we are going to prove it. So let us start. Now in the second equation, what is the first term? It is displacement. Okay, and we know that if we are given a velocity time graph, then how to find the displacement? From velocity time graph, displacement is find out by finding the area under velocity time graph. It means we have to find the area of this graph. Which graph? Graph is only this particular line A to B. It means we have to find the area of this whole figure. Complete area under the graph or below the graph. So graph is AB. So we have to find the area below AB, which is like this figure A, B, D, and let us take it O. So which figure? Figure is A, B, D, O, and which is forming a trapezium. Okay. So let us start. We will write, we know that area under velocity time graph gives displacement. We know that area under velocity time graph gives displacement. So we are going to find the displacement now, and for displacement what we have to find? We have to find the area. So which figure? We will write displacement is equal to area of figure ABDO. Area of figure ABDO. And what is ABDO? ABDO is a trapezium. So how to find the area of trapezium? You all know the formula of area of trapezium. What is the formula of area of trapezium? It is half into sum of parallel sides. So what are the parallel sides? Parallel sides are AO and BD, and distance between, perpendicular distance between parallel side, which is OD. So we will write here area of ABDO is equal to half into sum of parallel side, that is AO plus BD. These are two parallel sides, AO and BD, into distance between them. The distance between them is OD. Clear? So this is area of trapezium ABDO. Half into sum of these two parallel sides and distance between them. Now let us find. So it will be half. What is AO? The value of this AO is U. This length is U. So we will write here U plus what is BD? BD is total V into what is OD? OD is T. Okay, so we have written the value half U plus V into T. And what is second equation of motion? It is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Means in second equation of motion, V is not coming. Only initial velocity is coming there and acceleration is coming. No final velocity. It means we have to eliminate this V. And we already know, we have derived the first equation of motion where V is equal to U plus AT. This is our first equation of motion. So now we are going to put the value of V from first equation of motion in this particular statement. So what is displacement? We are denoting it by S. So s is displacement, half u plus v into t. Now putting the value of v, we are putting this v here. We are going to put this value of v in this equation. So what we will get? It will be half u plus, at the place of v it is u plus at into t again. So it will be equal to half 2u plus at into t. Okay. Now if we multiply this t inside the bracket, so we will get s is equal to half, I am multiplying half as well as t both inside the bracket. So this half into 2 will cancel out. We will get u into t plus half a into t square. And this is our second equation of motion. This is our second equation of motion. So we have proved here second equation of motion also. The basic concept which we are using, what is that? We have to find the area under velocity time graph and we will find the displacement from that particular area. Okay, so note it down. This is our second equation of motion. Now we are going to prove the third equation of motion. So what is third equation of motion? I told you earlier. Third equation. This is our third equation of motion. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the third equation of motion. So now we are going to prove this equation, third equation of motion. Okay. So again, if we see this equation, we are getting displacement, acceleration and velocity only. There is no time. In this equation, time is not there. Only initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and displacement are there. Okay, so we are going to derive this. So again, we are going to start with the same point because there is displacement. And we know that the area under velocity time graph gives the displacement. So if we find a displacement, then displacement is equal to area under velocity time graph. Okay, so what is displacement? It is denoted by s. And what is area under velocity time graph? It is area of figure, or we can write trapezium, area of trapezium ABDO. This is ABDO. This is our figure ABDO. Same step which we have used earlier. Now what is area of trapezium? It is half into sum of parallel side. Again same, AO plus BD into distance between them, which is OD. So first we are going to put the value. What is AO? It is U plus V into T. Up to here it is same. Like in the second equation, we have done all these steps. Again these steps are same for the third equation also. But now if we see third equation, there is not the term of time. Time is not there. But in this step, time is coming there. Means we have to eliminate now time. In the second equation, we have eliminated V. But in this equation, third equation, we will eliminate T. So how will you eliminate T? And we have to obtain only A, V and U. S is already there. So we have to eliminate T. So again we know that the first equation is v is equal to u plus at. So if we find the value of t, we will get v minus u upon a. From first equation, t is equal to v minus u upon a. You will write this in the derivation also. So from first equation, v is equal to u plus at or t is equal to v minus u upon a. So if we put the value of t now in this equation, so what we will get? We will get s is equal to half into u plus v into v minus u upon a. Okay. Now this is a plus b and a minus b. V plus u, v minus u. So we can write it as v square minus u square whole upon 2a. This 2 into a, it is 2a is equal to s. So we get this term s is equal to v square minus u square upon 2a, or if we cross multiply these terms, then we will get v square minus u square is equal to 2as, and this is our third equation of motion. Okay, so this is our third equation of motion. So in this way we have proved all the three equations of motion. First equation is v is equal to u plus at. Second equation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. And third equation is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So this question generally asked in the examination also. Derive the equations of motion by graphical method. So you have to derive them by this particular method. So note it down. It is very important. So in this way we have completed the derivation of equations of motion. Now let us start some questions based on these equations of motion. Which type of questions are generally asked and how you will solve those questions based on these equations of motion. So now we are going to start the numericals based on equation of motion. Questions are very simple. The basic thing is that you should know which equation you have to apply. It will depend on the question, what is given and what is to be found. Okay, it depends on the question. So there are three equations. I am again writing the equation. First equation is v is equal to u plus at. Second equation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. And third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are three equations of motion, and on the basis of these three equations you will solve the questions. You should know all the terms. What are the terms? U is initial velocity, v is final velocity, a is acceleration, t is time, and s is displacement. You should know all the terms. So now I am going to start the questions. Let us take the first question. It is given that a metro train accelerate uniformly from rest to a velocity of 180 km per hour in half minute. Find acceleration of the train. Okay, so this is our question. So whenever any question based on equations of motion or simply motion is asked, Then I told you earlier, when we have done the questions of average velocity, average speed, displacement, I told you that we have to convert all the units in SI system. Means we have to convert length in meter, time in second, and mass in kg. So we have to always convert all the units in SI system so that there is no confusion and no mistake in the question. So now let us see the question. What is given? A metro train accelerate uniformly from rest. So first you should know, you should understand the statement of the question, and from the question you have to find initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, displacement, what is given and what is not given. You have to find it from the question itself. So if you read the question clearly, then it is written a metro train accelerate uniformly. It means acceleration is uniform, means acceleration is constant. From rest, this is the first point. Start from rest. So from rest means its initial velocity was 0. Whenever anything starts from rest, what does it mean? Suppose you start running from rest, it means you are standing, then you start running. So when you start running from rest, it means initially your velocity was 0. So it means you can write here u is equal to 0. Okay, it will not be mentioned clearly in the question. You have to find it out from the question. You have to read the statement carefully and you will find the value of u and v, whatever is given. You can find it out from the question itself. The basic thing is that you have to read the question very carefully. So it is given in the question. It starts accelerate uniformly from rest. It means its initial velocity is 0. So I have written here u equal to 0. To a velocity of 180 km per hour. Means it starts from rest and accelerate means it increases the velocity, and up to which velocity? Up to 180 km per hour. It means it is our final velocity. So what we have given? We have given v. V is final velocity, and what is the value of v? It is 180 km per hour. But kilometer per hour is not the SI unit. So we have to convert it in SI unit. So how will we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? I told you earlier 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So we can convert it. It will be 180 into 5 by 18, which will be equal to 50 meter per second. So the value of final velocity is 50 meter per second. And how much time it takes? You have given the time is half minute. Means starting from rest, running for half minute, and reaching to a velocity of 50 meter per second. So the time interval is half minute. But minute is not the SI unit. So we have to convert it in second. And how will you convert the minute into second? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So it will be half into 60. That will be equal to 30 seconds. So you have given here u is given, v is given, and t is given. And you have to find acceleration. Okay, so the basic first thing is that you have to write all the things which are given in the question. And what is to be find out? We have to find acceleration. Now you will check which equation can you apply. If you see third equation, then you cannot apply third equation because v is given, u is given, a is to be find out, and s is not given. So whenever two unknowns are there, we cannot solve it. In second equation, s is not given, a is not given, again we cannot solve it by equation 2. But in first equation, we have given v, we have given u, we have given t, and we have to find a. It means we can apply first equation. So we will use first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. So you will write here, using first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. What is v? Put the value now. V is 50 is equal to, what is u? U is 0 plus a we have to find out. And what is time? It is 30. So now what will be the value of acceleration? Acceleration will be equal to 50 upon 30, or you can write it as 5 by 3 meter per second square. You should remember the units of all the quantities. Unit of velocity meter per second and unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So in this way you can solve the question very easily. Clear? So the main thing is that you have to study the question very carefully. You have to find out what is given in the question, and then you will check which equation you can apply for this particular question, and then you can solve the question very easily. Note it down. So today we have discussed all the equations of motion, derivation of equation of motion, and we have solved one question based on this. In the next video, we will discuss some more questions based on equations of motion, and then we will proceed further with the next topic. Okay, till then you have to derive all the equation of motion yourself. You have to prepare these derivation very well. Okay.